boxing, and we are back with another banger. So please smash the hell out of that like button, you guys, and subscribe. And yeah, man, we're gonna talk Terence Crawford versus Jermell Charlo. This fight could possibly be going down, you guys. Let's talk about it. Um, Jermell Charlo, man, he's a unified champion, meaning he has more than one belt at 154 pounds. Terence Crawford is at 147 pounds, one weight class under him. Okay, um, Jermell Charlo and Crawford have had words before. It's been recently that Jermell Charlo, Terence Crawford said something as along the lines of when he fought Brian Castano, when Jermell Charlo fought Brian Castano and they got a draw. Terence Crawford had some choice words for the unified champion, which is, you know, Jermell Charlo. He said that, this is the reason why you're not on the pound for pound list. I'm pretty much stating that he got a draw and had a lackluster performance with Brian Castano, which is another champion as well. We don't know how Terence Crawford would do versus any of the champions at 147 because he's never fought any of them. Yeah, he fought Kell Brook, but he hasn't fought any active champions to unify the belts. He fought Amir Khan. He's fought Kell Brook. He's fought guys that I guess you could say weren't at the top of their game anymore. Some would say not in their prime. You got guys like Terence Crawford that I consider that he's the top guy. At 147 pounds, you guys. You guys got to understand that, man. Terence Crawford is one of these guys that can possibly get out here and upset any guy from 140 to 154. My personal opinion. He's that dangerous. So you definitely gotta respect Terence Crawford and his ability to switch hands, and he just got a really good defense, man. He's got a really good defense, really good offense. I feel like both, are really good things that he can implement. Shout out to Mike Biggs Boxing in the chat, man. Shout out to Mike Biggs Boxing, man. Shout out to everybody else that's gonna rewatch this. Terence Crawford versus Jermell Charlo, you guys. We guys all know that Jermell Charlo has been beat once. He was beat by Detroit native Tony Harrison. Okay, Tony Harrison beat him. It was a pretty close fight. Some people say that Charlo won. Some people say that, you know, Tony Harrison won. Whatever it may be, it was a really close fight. But I want to see what Charlo does moving forward, man. Moving forward, we're gonna see. We're gonna see. It's a tough sport, tough game. Both guys right now. I say right now, Charlo has a fight up with Castano coming up. That's a good fight. That's a rematch. Some say that they're picking. I've heard some people say that they're favoring Castano to win the rematch. My personal opinion is I think it's going to be a hell of a fight. Both fighters right now are definitely more than ready to beat each other. In my personal opinion, the first fight was a really really close fight. But Terence Crawford is different than Brian Castano. And here's why. Terence Crawford can box you. Terence Crawford can switch from, right-handed to left-handed. Not a lot of boxers can do that. Terence Crawford can also, manipulate you thinking that, he's fighting one way and then bam, he starts fighting this other way. He strategically tries to figure you out throughout the whole entire portion of the fight. He used all 12 rounds. He might get a late stoppage. He might get an early stoppage. But Terence Crawford is definitely going for the stoppage. He doesn't like going to points. Going to the scorecards, which I can tell. He's got a couple KOs in a row. He's been on a mission, man. And if this guy, I'm be honest with you guys, man. If this guy, Jermell Charlo wants to get in his way and wants to fight, Terence Crawford, which to be honest with you, Terence Crawford would be getting in Jermell Charlo's way because Charlo is at 154, and then Crawford would be moving up. But if these guys were to fight, you know, this size advantage would definitely go to Charlo, being that Crawford has came all the way up from 130, 135 pounds. I don't think Charlo's ever been able to make 135, 135 pounds. Neither one of the twins since they were probably teenagers. These guys been, at the higher weight classes for a while now. I don't believe any of the twins started a professional career under 154 pounds. I know they both started their career right around 154 pounds, but I don't think they went underneath that threshold. Um, but yeah, man, moving forward, Terence Crawford, Jermell Charlo, stylistically, he has speed, power, leg movement, agility. You got to give the power advantage to Jermell Charlo. Jermell Charlo is definitely, he's definitely got really good power. I feel like up and down, man, Jermell Charlo can definitely implement his game plan, and that's what it's going to take, you guys. It's going to take a guy like Jermell Charlo to implement his game plan and to get it done. To get it done. That's what it's gonna have to take. It's gonna take a guy like him to get it done. Trap Media Boxing, what's going on? Smash that like button, you guys. As soon as you guys come in here, let's get these likes all the way through the roof. He says, Bud outboxes Charlo. Charlo is hype. Lost to Vanez. Gift. Harrison outboxed. He says Harrison outboxed 2 times. Bud's arm, same length, punches harder than Harrison. Wow. So you feel like, wow, man, like I said, it's going to go down, man. It's going to be a tough fight, close fight. Both fighters are definitely, very good fighters, man. My personal opinion, man, both guys have, for you to be able to beat one of these guys, man, you got to bring your best, man. You got to bring your A game. And you can't play with a guy like Jermell Charlo, because Jermell Charlo, if he get either one of these guys, I feel like either one of these guys, if they smell blood, they're gonna take it, man. They're gonna take you to freak out, dude. They're gonna take you out. If they smell blood, they're gonna take you out, 100%, man. Both fighters, you know. Look at Crawford. He's been knocking out guys religiously, man. I mean, he's been really getting after it, man. He's been knocking guys out. I've been seeing that, and a lot of fight fans need to notice that, man. A lot of fight fans need to, look at the guys that have the knockouts, that go for the knockouts. So those are the guys that are going to be dangerous as well when it comes to those close fights. I think both of these guys together are just awesome fighters, man. Awesome fighters, man. And I want to see more from both guys, but I just feel like right now, man, who's gonna be the best? Who's gonna be the best out there at 154? We're gonna find that out in May. Is it gonna be Castano? Is it gonna be Charlo? You know, but I see where Bud's coming from. I see exactly where Bud's coming from. Bud's saying pretty much if Bud's pretty much saying like, look, if you're getting a draw with Brian Castano, I feel like I'm way better than Brian Castano. I feel like I can beat you. If you're not being able to get a fight with Errol Spence at 147 pounds, which is your weight class, which you're champion at, and you can't unify with Errol Spence because he's playing, and you feel like you can possibly set up a fight with Charlo a lot quicker than you could with Errol Spence, dude, that's an option. That's for sure an option, man. That's without a doubt an option. So, like I said, man, both guys are really good. I feel like personally, I would lean Crawford in that Charlo versus lean closer to Charlo. I mean, excuse me, to Terence Crawford in the Charlo versus Crawford fight because the IQ, Terence Crawford's IQ, I feel like is a lot better than Terence Crawford's at this moment. My personal opinion. Like I said, he's a really good fighter. Both guys are really good. But skills pay the bills in my eyes. And for you to be able to, I feel like for you to be able to beat a guy like, Terence Crawford, you gotta have more than power, man. You gotta have more than power. You gotta have more than size. And it's gonna take a lot. It's gonna take a lot to beat a guy like that because he's a well seasoned athlete. Like I said, both guys are really good as well. But at the end of the day, man, skill. Like I keep saying, skills pay the bills. Andre Ward went in there with Kovalev. Kovalev had his massive power, and we seen what happened. And it's been time and time again with power punchers meet boxers, and 9 times out of 10, well, I'm not gonna say 9 times out of 10. A lot of the times, the boxer wins. So I would favor Terence Crawford on beating uh Jermell Charlo, um, because we've seen Jermell Charlo get beat before. And you guys might say, well, it was a close fight, Corey, and it could have went either way. Okay, it could have went either way. When's the last time we seen Terence Crawford in a fight that could have went either way? I mean, he's been on his game lately, man. Terence Crawford has definitely been on his game lately. Kudos to Terence Crawford. He's been knocking dudes out. He can only do what he can. He can only knock out the guys that they put in front of him. If these guys aren't willing to fight Terence Crawford at that top level, at 147, what is he supposed to do? That's why he's looking at going to 140. That's why he's thinking of going to 154 right now, because nobody at 147 wants to fight him right now. You know? I mean, there's pretty much, PBC's got the 147-pound division on lock right now. Those both all of those belts are with the PBC, I believe, and it's gonna be hard to get them away from the PBC guys. Terence Crawford's got that one belt that's not with the PBC, but he's a free agent now. We're gonna see what Terence Crawford's gonna do in these next couple months. Um, I just truly believe that Terence Crawford needs needs to make an executive decision, man. He needs to get with it. He needs to fight the best. And yeah, man. What you guys think, man? Shout out to Ralph Unreal. Shout out to everybody in the chat from Massachusetts. Shout out UGC. What's going on, man? Shout out to all you guys in the chat, man. You know, we out here, man. We doing this boxing thing, man. Boxers. Yeah, but so yeah, man. Let me put my seatbelt on. Yeah, man. Terence Crawford versus Jermell Charlo, you guys. It's going down. Um, it's going down, man. I would love to see the fight. Most of the guys at 147 pounds, they're with PBC. A lot of the guys that are at 154, they're with PBC as that are, let me see. He said most of the guys. Yeah, man. So Terence Crawford right now, you guys, versus Terence Crawford right now versus Jermell Charlo. Um, the more and more I think about this fight, you guys, the more it could happen. Both guys, like I said, man, they're elite fighters. But Terence Crawford said, "Look, the reason why you're not on the pound for pound list is because you got a draw with Brian Castano." Terence Crawford said immediately after their fight, taunting Jermell Charlo, said this is the reason why you're not on the pound for pound list because you got a draw with Brian Castano, which I think that Terence Crawford thinks he's better than Brian Castano, and he feels like it's shit. If Brian Castano could get a draw with Jermell Charlo, why can't I? Why can't I beat him? Why can't I possibly stop Jermell Charlo? Do you guys think that Crawford could go up 154 pounds and stop Charlo? Man, that'd be a statement, dude. That'd be a statement, man. That'd be one hell of a statement, man. You know, if he could go up one weight class and 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 knock him out, man. That'd be wild, man. And but right now, 147 pounds. Who can Crawford fight right now? If he doesn't move up to 154 pounds, who could he fight? Who could, who could, who could Terence Crawford fight at 154 pounds right now that he hasn't already fought? You know, he's fought a lot of people at 154 pounds. Yeah, you know. You guys gotta understand, man. Terence Crawford, at the end of the day, is a businessman. So I want to see what his next move's gonna be. I want to see what Terence Crawford is gonna do in his next move. I want to see what he's gonna do. Is he gonna sign with PBC? Blair Cobb. Um, you know, shout out to Blair the Flair. Terence Crawford's gonna fucking and have your ass on Queer Street, straight up, man. But I like shout out to Blair the Cobb. But you gotta understand, a guy like Blair Flair, signed with Golden Boy, and we talked about that when I was in Vegas. He doesn't even like to be signed with. He would rather not be signed with Golden Boy. But that's who he's signed to right now. So he's stuck into that. He's stuck in that situation, which ain't a good one. You know what I'm saying? Which definitely ain't a good one. Who you guys want to see Terence Crawford fight next, man? It's open right now, man. Right now it's looking like it's open. He hasn't made up his mind. Um, I'm gonna be honest, man. I know this fight might not ever happen. What do you guys think of a fight, Terence Crawford? I think Terence Crawford, if he could have ever fought Jaime Munguia at 154, I think he could have beat him. I think he could beat Jaime Munguia. But see, Jaime Munguia, I believe, moved up to 160 now, if I'm not mistaken, you guys. But that's the Golden Boy fighter too. But you know, you guys got him. Who else you guys got at 154 or 147 pounds that Terence Crawford can fight? Earl Spence right now he's got his hands tied up. He's got Alexander. I mean, excuse me. He's got Alexander Usyk. Shout out to the Ukraine. Pray for Ukraine out there, man. But yeah, as far as the 147-pound division goes, and Terence Crawford, I think Terence Crawford could fight a guy like. They say he could fight Josh Taylor next. They say he could fight Josh Taylor next. They say he could fight Regis Progress next. Who do you guys want to see him fight next? My personal opinion is I wouldn't mind seeing that Josh Taylor fight. I think Josh Taylor wants to redeem his close fight with Catrell or whatever. Like I said, that was a really really close fight. Could have went either way. But they eventually gave it to Josh Taylor, man. They wind up giving it to him. So, some people say it was a gift decision. Some people say he earned it. Shout out to everybody, man. These guys don't want me to have my live stream. They keep messing my live streams up, man. Every time. And it's not even like I'm driving in the woods or nothing. I'm in the city right now, so there's no reason why my phone shouldn't work, man. But yeah, man. Rush, what's up, Mr. Williams? What's going on, man? He said, what's good? Mike's Biggs. You got everybody in here, man. So yeah, man. Terence Crawford versus Jermell Charlo is a fight that's possible that can happen in 2022 or 2023. We all gotta wait we all gotta wait and see what Terence Crawford's gonna do. And we got to see who's gonna win the Jermell Charlo versus Castano fight. That's a big fight that's in front of Jermell Charlo right now. Jermell Charlo's. But yeah, man, I just wanted to talk this box. My bad. I'm driving and stuff like that, man. I'm gonna pay attention to this. But yeah, man, please smash that like button, you guys, and subscribe. And Corey Lee Boxing will definitely be back with another banger, you guys. Studio coming soon, okay, you guys. I wanna give you real fans out there, some updated information, man. Studio coming soon. I'm moving, so studio is definitely coming soon, you guys. So we Corey Lee Boxing gonna be turned up. I'm telling you, man. We're gonna have live guests, all of that stuff like I used to do, and yeah, man. So for the guys that forgot about Corey Lee Boxing, man, we're gonna be back in 2022, man, for sure, man. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Please smash that like button, you guys. And until next time, you guys.